Just quickly on Adrian Newey, I saw them ask him a question on Sky Sports F1 about him taking the team principal role and fielding, doing like Toto and Christian have made industries of doing, which is answering the stupid question of the accredited F1 media. Does Adrian Newey have that in his locker, Peter? Because when he was answering those questions, already it appeared like his patience was wearing thin.
Yeah, I mean, Adrian's concept of being a team principal, I think, is not based on anything that he saw Christian doing or Ron doing or Toto Wolff does. I think it's based on logic, which is I'm the right guy to make the key decisions about the design and overall concept of the car, about liveries, about driver choice, how we work with Pirelli, all the key issues, and let him get on with designing the car. And in terms of getting someone to answer the stupid questions, I'll have somebody who does that. In terms of somebody who deals with the FIA, I'll have somebody who does that. And I know exactly the people I want. And in terms of somebody who has to deal with Honda, I know exactly the guy I want. And he'll be very good at delegating. Racing people are good at delegating because they've been around so long. They know all the good people in the pit lane and they'll get them and they'll get them exactly how they want them. And the structure that Adrian creates will be completely different from any other so-called team principal, but it'll be a really good one and it'll be probably quite spare and not too over the top. And it won't make him look like a king. It'll make him look like an efficient person who's doing the job and running a great race team. That's what Adrian's all about. And you see that in the way he even runs his classic cars. It's not a lot of Adrian Newey in there, is it? It's it's a GT40 or it's a Lotus 49, and he's got absolutely the right touch when it comes to understanding motor racing and Formula One in particular. And he's very good with drivers too. Very good with drivers.
But in 2025 going into 26, Peter, is that not it is not stakeholder management and being almost the shop window for the team? Is that not part of the team principal role? Like, is it not mission critical that Adrian Newey can go out there and shake some hands and euphemistically kiss some babies' heads to be a really good team principal in 2026?
I think that's how Toto and Zach like the role of the team principal to be. It doesn't mean to say the way it has to be. And Adrian Newey's response would be, stakeholders, I'll win some championships for them. That'll keep them quiet. It's just the same as Bernie. When Bernie sold the rights to Formula One, to CBC, and before that, somebody else, I can't remember who it was, and he was still employed to run Formula One, they started this whole thing about we want monthly reports on how the industry's going and updates on where we're going with the championship for the following year, and we want to know about how the circuits are going we need a 36-hour turnaround on whether we've got profit or loss on any given race and all this sort of stuff. And the first time Bernie's first monthly report was due, everybody was due to meet in Jersey, in a big board meeting in Jersey. And Bernie was supposed to be there and to deliver his monthly report to CBC. And suddenly at the last minute, the phone rings, and Bernie can't make it. Sorry, he's been unavoidably detained in London, but he'll send the report through by fax. And so they all sat around looking at the fax machine and chugga, chugga, chugga. Eventually the fax came out and it was on Bernie's notepaper. And it said, "Dear colleagues, there is nothing to report, full stop, Bernie." And it'll be the same with Adrian, in terms of handshaking and going around and looking after the sponsors and the so-called stakeholders at a Grand Prix weekend. Yeah, he might do that for 5 minutes, but he'll have a good team of people who will do that for him. And they'll have lots of renter drivers that can go in and, go and talk about the next generation or whatever. He won't waste his time with nonsense like that because he's too busy. He's too busy running the team. And he knows ultimately that regardless of how he runs the team, the only thing that really matters is results. And if he delivers a world championship for Aston Martin sometime in the next 2 years, the stakeholders, believe me, are going to be very, very happy, regardless of how few hands he actually shakes or how many interviews he actually does. I mean, why would you want to interview Adrian anyway? What's he going to say? He's not going to give anything away about the car. And what else are you going to talk about? Harry, maybe, yeah, his son. Yeah, it'd be good to have him in a decent car, wouldn't it? He's quite talented, I think. But what else? You know, get on with it. Stop annoying Adrian. Don't interview him and let him get on with his job. That would be my opinion.
Maybe. I feel like
Not maybe, Cameron. Definitely.
I feel like in 2026 there'll be demands of him. At some point, I think.
No,
we'll see.
he will make sure there are not demands. That's the whole point. He will explain to them how they should not have demands. In the same way Bernie said with that one-line fax.
Yeah.
You know, don't waste my time with all this rubbish. I will deliver. Don't worry. That's the whole point of Bernie's one-liner fax. And it'll be the same with Adrian. In a different way, in a different style. But he will make it clear that there's no point in asking him for things he doesn't want to talk about, or pushing him into saying things he doesn't want to say.
Good luck.
And you might want to walk into boardrooms and deal with stakeholders. He's too busy designing the car. He'll have somebody else to go and do that. Some bloke who's quite good at that. Right.
Good luck, Adrian. We'll be
Lawrence Stroll, maybe. I don't know.
But
why not use him? He's a big superstar.
Yeah, potentially. I'm keen to see how that works, Peter.
Well, Lance, get Lance to do some work.
Oh my God, Peter! What are we doing?
There
you go. What are we doing?
Fernando Alonso. Fernando, you want this great race car? You're going to do a bit of work, buddy. You're going to have to go into these board meetings and keep all the stakeholders happy until we win a race or two. Okay, yeah, no problem. I do this.
You know, Mr. Windsor, I think you might have hit gold with that Fernando, because they're teeing him up as an Aston Martin ambassador.
Well, he's such a cool guy, isn't he? Everybody wants to be photographed and shake hands with Fernando Alonso. And yeah, why not use the guy properly? You know, stop all that stuff, other stuff he does, and just get him to focus for a year on keeping the heat away from Adrian Newey. That's Fernando's job now, in my opinion. Let Adrian get on with it and let Fernando take up all the crud that is going to be time wasting for Adrian, and then get in the race car and have fun.